Hi there. Some time ago I uploaded a video about my bug out bag, what's in my bug out bag and so on, and I talked a little bit about the whole concept of a bug out bag. So I won't get into the details on that in this video. This is more like a reaction video, because my bug out bag video has become very popular, which is great, and I want to thank you if you've given that video a like and so on, and you'll find a link above me and also in the video description here, if you're interested in watching that video. Now, I would say almost all the comments have been positive, but sometimes negative comments pops up. Some of the things that people are writing is, I would call it, dangerous misinformation. So I'm going to address some of the myths, yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about that in this video. Now I'm out walking one of our dogs. If you didn't know, we have two. But his adoptive sister, she likes to sleep in, and it's quite early actually. So most of the negative comments, I believe, have been written by people who've seen too many action movies. That's people who think they're Rambo. There are some strange ideas out there, some strange and very unrealistic ideas about bugging out. Now let me say that if you have military background, things will be a little bit different, right? If you've had the proper military training, you will be confident with different equipment, and so let's just say that what I'm going to say now does not necessarily apply to people who've had military training. Okay, I had to take my jacket off. It's getting warm. It's actually the end of June here in Norway. Now, first on my list is that you have to be a somewhat experienced outdoorsman or a outdoors woman if you're going to be bugging out. It's just not realistic that you're going to be successful bugging out if you don't know what you're doing out there. You'll probably be staying out there for some time. Some say 48 hours. I don't know why. Why is that? Some say 72 hours. There really is no reason to say that, because if you're going to a bug out location, maybe it won't take that long, maybe it will take a lot longer. If you don't have a bug out location, maybe you will have to just stay out there for weeks. I don't know, but just saying 48 hours or 72 hours for no reason, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, so I'll have to look at my notes now. Yeah, some people have been criticizing me, and they are saying that's not a bug out bag. There are too many comforts, like a sleeping bag. Honestly, you guys, you don't know what you're talking about at all. You're talking nonsense. Listen, this has to do with people imagining that they're Rambo. I think they've watched too many movies. You're going to be camping. Yeah, that's what you're going to do. You're going out there and you're going camping, and it's going to be more difficult. It's going to be much more stressful, and you're probably going to be afraid, scared, stressed, angry. I don't know. you will be emotional out there if you're a human being. So that comes into play as well. You should bring the stuff you are used to bringing when you go camping. And I'm not talking about camping like in some countries they have these camping sites. I'm not talking about that. I think the term is wild camping. That's what you'll be doing, okay? And you might say that you're very tough. Some people think they're very tough. In my experience, the tough people are also very realistic. They are very realistic about lots of things. Yeah, and lots of people, I suspect lots of people, they don't know how to use the stuff they are putting in their very extensive bug out bags. Bug out bags that tend to get very heavy. And if you're not used to carrying a heavy backpack for miles after miles after miles, you shouldn't have a heavy bug out bag. Now, when I say you should be an experienced outdoors man or outdoors woman, it doesn't mean that you need to be someone who has spent months out in the wilderness. I think it has more to do with your mindset. You need to be adaptive. You need to be mindful of what you're doing. And I've met very young people. I mean, I met teenagers who have much better mindset and who would be much more successful than people with a lot more dirt time than they have. So it's not necessarily about the time you spent out there. That does matter, but what matters most is your mindset, I would say. But you know, if you're bugging out and you're totally unexperienced, I'm not saying you're doomed, but your chances are not the best. It's all about being realistic. It's all about bringing the gear that you're used to bringing. Now, I have over the years found some gear that I trust. I'm used to bringing that gear. That's the gear I like. That's the gear that has shown its worth for me. Now, I really think that people should... here comes the wind. Yeah, I really think that people should try to be adults when they're thinking about their bug out bag, okay? I think people should be more realistic. One example is, lots of people think it's sensible to bring a gun. Maybe it is. I don't know how things are in your area. But here in Norway, well, for hunting, maybe. But if I had to choose between bringing a gun and bringing a proper sleeping bag, I would bring the sleeping bag, because the chances of freezing to death is much higher than the chances of encountering someone violent out there, even in a bug out scenario, even in an SHTF scenario. But again, you know, this, as I said in the video as well, you need to adjust things to your surroundings and where you live, and you have to be flexible about it. And now, when it comes to the people who are writing that there are too many comforts or too many comfort items in my bug out bag, like a sleeping bag, you're going to want to sleep, okay? I can tell you, after a couple of days and you'll probably be out there more than 2 days. Trust me. You're going to need some sleep, some proper sleep. And if you are very tired, I just wanted to mention this. If you are very tired and you fall asleep and it's cold, chances are you will never wake up again, because you will freeze to death. And I will also say this: even experienced outdoorsmen and outdoorswomen are not guaranteed to succeed in such a scenario, because you might break a leg, you might fall down off a cliff, I don't know. In some parts of the world, I guess there are venomous snakes and so on. And lots of things can happen. Some people will just break down because of the stress, the mental stress. Some people will end up crying like a baby in a ditch, lying there, hopeless. That's just the sad reality of life. One other thing that I would like to say is that if you can avoid bugging out solo, alone, please avoid doing that. You are much more likely to succeed if you can stay in the company of people you trust, like your close family, for instance. Sometimes that's not an option. That's just, you know, the realities of life, I guess. But going solo is always much more risky. You should not look at your bug out bag as something static, right? As you are evolving as an outdoors man or outdoors woman, the contents of your bug out bag might change a little bit, right? Because you will be changing out some of the gear, you will be more confident using other gear perhaps. Some people like me prefer going lightweight, and yeah, so don't build a bug out bag. By build I mean putting all the stuff in a bug out bag. Don't do that once and then put it somewhere and forget about it. Don't do that. That's not the way to do it. You should be using the stuff in your bug out bag when you're out, like me, in the woods and so on. It should be integrated into your daily life almost. And yeah, okay, that's what I wanted to say. And if this was a little bit of a rant, I'm sorry about that. Now the mosquitoes are coming here. So yeah, that's one more thing to put in your bug out bag, right? Some mosquito repellent. If it's that, if you're going out that time of the year. And it really isn't a comfort item. I've seen deer behaving like they've gone insane because of flies and mosquitoes, and I've almost gone insane from them as well myself. So yeah, it's not a comfort item. It will just add to your stress level if you're being eaten alive by mosquitoes and flies and yeah, you know. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. Thanks for if you are a subscriber already, thanks for that. That means a lot to me actually. And if you are not already a subscriber, please consider subscribing. Okay, have a nice day. Bye.